One last question from Jay here in the chat. He's asking what your opinion on workflow engines is. Replacing Airflow or replacing something like Airflow. Do you have any experience with that?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, not replacing Airflow itself, but I replaced Jenkins through the Airflow because basically this is one of the cases of data integration. So I don't know if we have more time, but I will talk anyways. So basically, we used to make all the orchestration inside of the Jenkins. So basically, it was some kind of bash script that runs some SQL that extract the data from the database, open the connection of the database, dump the data in some kind of CSV file, and then push the CS file to the S3, for example. And Jenkins, there are some problems in terms of orchestration, how to make this pipeline, make this kind of dependency tree along the steps. And the second, the pipelines of the Jenkins are not so transparent for us in terms of code. So we just put inside of the Jenkins, they just pray to work. And if something goes bad, we don't know, for example, which processes are in jeopardizing because of the error inside of Jenkins, and we move to the Airflow. I think in terms of orchestration, I don't have much to complain about Airflow. I think it's a very good tool to do this. But my concerns about the Airflow, I think Airflow it's too much over-engineered in terms of simple things that you can do. I mean, you used to, a small disclaimer, I used to work with the Microsoft stack for a long time in my career. And for example, some things that are completely transparent and super easy to do, for example, in the SQL agents, for example, just to schedule a job in some period of time and put this job in the code, for example, and then make sure that this job are going to run. Airflow with their, especially their database connectors are quite hacky in some way, and especially if you're using with the salary executor, you cannot do some kind of real orchestration. Just for example, speed up several different processes at the same time and hope then to execute in parallel. So we have some problems on that, especially if you're using with the Kubernetes. But I mean, just to make more clear my point, I mean, I like Airflow, but I think Airflow is a quite over-engineering that aspect. So I recommend for sure to use Airflow, but using very straightforward DAGs, you know, like if you need to use several different connectors, or if you have a very complex dependency tree in terms of orchestration, so maybe you can find some hassle to use Airflow.
Great. Well, looks like that's all we got for today. Flavio, a big thank you for coming and joining us and explaining about all of this and dropping some knowledge on us.